I'm on it.
I am about to go take my test. I think I finally came to the realization I did way too much stuff over the last 2 weeks, and it definitely put me behind, like, a lot. But thankfully I somehow like miraculously woke up at 5:45 this morning. Got a little bit of a last minute studying. Hopefully that's enough to get me by, and I hope to come out with a good grade. Okay, so I just finished up the exam, and that was not good. Sarah, I'm not gonna film you, but like, how did you feel about that?
The last 10 questions, I had 2 minutes to answer them.
Yeah.
So that's, and then I flagged a lot.
Dude.
So.
Yeah, I think overall I just been hearing everybody did not feel good.
Everyone felt bad? Or
Yeah,
I've been. Yeah. Hey guys, that was rough.
See?
Okay.
I
We're
told
not the
you.
only two?
Yeah. And then plus the other thing is too is with hematology and oncology, a lot of it is really like heavily dependent. I mean like heavily dependent on the blood smears, the presentation that gets presented, which means it's a lot more reading. This test threw us all off, honestly, and we're just gonna see what happens. God. All right. I just got done binging a bunch of video games to take my mind off of distractions of that exam, but I have my laptop pulled up right now. You're going to see the results of my score. I won't say exact, but I'm a little nervous about this. I heard the average for this one was like 75 to 80%. Holy shit. What? What? Okay. Alright. I'm gonna show you guys my score, but here's why. So, my score is down below, but let me tell you the story behind this. When I was freaking out about this last night, doing a bunch of studying and talking to myself, like, man, I think I did way too much over the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I don't know if I feel particularly good about this exam and all this stuff. I was in my bed last night, laying there, in the dark, thinking, what is my score going to be? And I had this gut feeling for some reason it was going to be a 79. And lo and behold, I got a 79. That is crazy. Oh God, thank goodness. I mean, that means I passed Block 7. Do you think my beard is ugly? Mm-hmm. You don't want to shave it off?
What's that?
On my face?
No.
When it's logically,
Your
when
face.
logically makes no sense to go on, that's when you use your emotions. It gets fired up, angry.
Ah!
Be your
Okay.
Whoa.
So today we had our first day of orientation for Block 8 now. This is the cardiovascular, renal, and respiratory block. And we got all of the dimmy downs of what's going to be going on for this block. Like, this got the entire orientation schedule. And it seems like it'll be pretty chill, not a lot of required stuff. There is Student Research Day coming up. We got Thanksgiving coming up in this block. We got, I don't know what else, I'm kind of forgetting. But there's just going to be a little bit of exams. We got to have one like 2 or 3 weeks from now. Still a lot of independent studying. We've got a game plan for the rest of the block, and we'll proceed forward from there. It's not a good morning. So it's 4:30 and it is Wednesday. And just wanted to intervene here because we now just got a notification in an email about registering for step 1. Yeah, not gonna lie, it kind of gave me a wake-up call to remember, like, wow, you know, like we've done about 3 or 4 months of school, which is kind of crazy to think about. And Yeah, it's crazy to think where the time went. So one thing I'll be doing for sure is, yeah, checking out this email, registering for the STEP exam. I'm hoping to do it early April or end of April, early May, something like that. So I'll be doing that. Continue studying. I'm pretty much just now starting cardiology. There's actually, I think like over 13 hours worth of video that we have to watch, which is, if you think about it, it's actually a lot considering how much time we have in a day. So I got a hightail on that, and as usual, just get to studying. It finally hit that time. Now was the moment to sign up for perhaps the biggest exam of my career. Even with such a big milestone just ahead of me, there was still much to do and learn for the rest of the month.
You're good at selfies, bro. I'm terrible. I'm terrible.
You're gonna be on my vlog.
Yeah, the photographer. Oh, the vlog?
The vlog.
Yo.
Yes. Alright, you guys probably can't hear me, but it's Friday night. My exam is this upcoming Thursday, and
Yo, Brian. You gotta introduce the four horsemen, bro.
the four horsemen, of course. Okay, we can't forget this. Okay. All right, we got Silver Booty in the house. All right. We got Chocolate Thunder, aka Brown Sugar for your rated PGs out there, and last but not least, Fabuloso. Yes, yes. Oh, yeah.
Dr.
And
Amor.
So, yeah, tonight we're supposed to be doing this thing called the tech rehearsal. I was only supposed to be here for like an hour. And I was hoping I would go home and study, but I don't think that's going to happen now.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
And then tomorrow, as a matter of fact, we have our performance, but it's a fundraiser. That's going to be from 5 o'clock to about 1:30 in the morning. And that's like a lot of time taken, which I didn't really plan for exactly. As far as like my studying goes, it's pretty on point, but yeah, we'll see. As of now, we're all just chilling, having fun, taking a break. This is a nice break, isn't it? Even if you're not in medical school, right? Take it from Silver Booty. Huh. Oh, you can't forget my girl over here. Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Theo. That's it. I'm Theo.
That's not it. That's not it. All right, cool. Good. All right, so good news on my end here. One, the performance went pretty well. I got messed up like one thing, but nobody really noticed. Two, there's been some exam date changes, so instead of taking it unusual on Thursday, you can take it either like Wednesday, Friday, or Monday, so kind of the same thing as last time. I will probably opt for Monday now, especially considering the fact that it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm going out when I should be going to bed. So, yeah. Alright guys, it's research day today, so I'm going to be doing a presentation about the Dominican Republic trip that I actually did. I go on in like literally 2 minutes. Pretty excited about it.
So our astronauts, instead of looking out, they would like to incorporate like a
Alright guys, so we've just wrapped up research day. It's about 4 o'clock. We had another keynote speaker. So if you watched my vlog from the first year, you guys saw from last year's research day, we had somebody speak about neuroscience. Honestly, don't remember what it was. This time around, they talked about technology and screen addiction. And addiction wasn't the exact words used, so I don't want to say that. But as far as promoting the conversation that it's of detriment to us, we can all agree with that. And
you watched a video on the screen.
yeah, gosh, that's funny. Okay, so but on a serious note, Yeah, we were in there. He talked for like 30 minutes, and he kind of gave us his introduction as far as the studies goes of what that's showing, and that he was actually one of the pioneers to go ahead and promote the research surrounding the fact that screen time was going to become a problem for America and arguably other developed countries, even developing countries, if you may. So he went ahead and talked to us with us about that. We're gonna head home. Miguel's got his test Wednesday. I'm taking it Monday. There's no way. And yeah, I got like an ACT training thing after this that I gotta continue to learn about for my thing that I'm gonna be debuting in the spring semester. Talking to you first year class. And yeah, that'll be it. More studying after that as usual. So I just woke up like at 12:30 and it's pretty bad. It's been like this for the last week. I don't know what it is. I wake up at 10. My body's like, nah, bro. I'm like, okay. Wake up at 12. Stay in bed, bro. Then it's like 30 more minutes. Then I wake up. If I'm lucky, I wake up at 12:30. Most of the time I get out of bed at like 1 o'clock. And then, yeah, I just get up to play some video games. Kind of like start the day with a fun mood. Sometimes I do that. But I'm going to say, ever since I heard that the test is this coming Monday, I was kind of like, okay, I still got a little bit more time, which I do. I'm not doing too bad with keeping the material up in this particular block. But yeah, it's going to be crunch time here pretty soon. But I got ACS today, so I'm going to head off and do that and start the day. Okay, so if I didn't label this before as well, so right now I'm in a study room just doing a quiz that's actually going to pop up for the ACS class that we're about to do. And ACS stands for Advanced Clinical Skills. Kind of like previewed or gave into it last year after I finished my POM. So I finished my preceptorship about, it was like 2, 3, 4 weeks ago or something like that. And now we are going back into the classroom setting to learn a little bit more advanced clinical skills. One of the things we're doing right now is we're preparing for a quiz. We had our orientation last week, so now is the first, like, I guess you could say, official week of instruction that we're going to be getting, even though we did get a little bit last week. And we're going to be tested on head, neck, throats, and ears. So usually what they label that as HENT, head, head, ears, neck, and throat. Some people call it nose. I honestly don't know what the official one is. I remember when I took these quizzes last year, because we did the same thing in POM as well, like I had no idea what the heck I was looking for, and a lot of this stuff was just like very, very, very foreign to me. I'm like, why do we remember this, and like, how? More importantly, how the hell do you remember all of this stuff? Like remembering like, oh, you know, specific lymphatic structures, like a lymph node here, 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 and here. Be able to label every single one, as well as every single bone of this, and what is it related to? What should you ask the patient in order to get your specific diagnosis of whatever they have right? And I'm like, what the But I'm actually looking at this now. There's a study guide that we're doing, which I'm looking at before my quiz begins in 10 minutes, which I just started studying for. And I'm really surprised, actually, like, as to how, first off, how I'm able to recognize this, but secondly, to give praise towards my first year instructors to say, I'm able to understand exactly why this is organized the way it is now because of the education that I received during first year. Like, it's basically the same exact format as it was last year, but now there's a little bit more method to the madness, if you may, inside my brain as I'm reading this. I'm able to understand it a lot more clearly, and it's a lot of stuff. It's like 7 pages worth of diseases, what you'd be looking for, past medical history, all that stuff. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's do that. So it's Monday right now. I am taking my test in about 30 more minutes. Tend to find that the thing I keep doing over and over again is right before a test. I like rapid review the crap out of all the stuff that we just learned. So I just looked at Pathoma really quick because it's like a nice review book. But anyways, I feel mildly prepared for the test. Not like fully prepared, but I think I'm gonna go in there and do my thing, and we'll see what goes on. So I just got done with my test about like 20 or 10 minutes ago, and I'm not gonna lie, like I walked out of that test not feeling particularly as good as I thought I was going to be. Right now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at my first aid book right now just to kind of like, I guess, confirm first off whether I was right so I could ease my mind. And then secondly is also, I'm not really thinking about this, but now that I'm talking to you guys, I'm thinking about it, is to kind of confirm, okay, like, you know, what's a test going to be asking for? How are they going to present this question to me as I'm asking it, so that as I'm studying my book, I can know exactly what to look for to be like, oh, okay, you know, that's what they're going to ask for. Okay guys, so I'm gonna wrap this up in an airport. One, because if I try to do it later, I'm gonna forget about doing this. Two, I was being a lazy asshole. I was playing a lot of Halo right just before this. But I just want to go ahead and talk about my experience for the last month or so with cardiovascular. So in this particular block, and what I'm about to talk to you right now is kind of like what I've realized over the last day in particular, is with medical school in general. If you've been following me along until this point, and that includes my first year, you can maybe tell that there really isn't a lot of interaction, I guess you could say, within the medical school, but that's just the way that the curriculum runs this year. And it kind of brings me to the conclusion, if you may, that the second year is definitely a lot more self-driven. I see what they, you know, I can see what they're saying now when they say that. And it's funny because one of the themes that we've been talking about that's been going on with not just this block, but a little bit of the lax block as well, is that you tend to have like a very monotonous schedule. What I mean by that is you're just studying, you know, usually the same exact resource with the same exact guy, the same exact voice, the same exact study methods usually.
Hello everyone and welcome to our module on neuromuscular disorders.
It's at this point you pretty much already know exactly, you know, what you're looking for when you're studying and how to go ahead and study for the exam. And one of the challenges I will say at this point, and definitely something I ran into with this particular block, is okay, maybe it was just me, but maybe it's something. Taking a little bit too much time off. And I noticed in particular for these last 2 weeks, I was playing a lot more video games. I mean, that's just my specific example. The dance team that I'm on as well takes a lot of time out of my schedule. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I will say I do need to learn how to go ahead and manage the time a lot better. That's probably what it boils down to. As far as the exam score that I got today, I was pretty happy with it. It is a step up from what I did last time. But is there room for improvement? Absolutely. Could I have studied a bit more? Absolutely. Could I have studied a bit more efficiently? Absolutely. The main thing with this block and what I'm realizing up to this point is, like I'm saying, you really are just getting used to doing the same exact thing. And what that means for you guys, not just me, is maybe there's not going to be nearly as much content within these blocks. Yeah, every once in a while we might do like a specific case study. Yeah, we might do a simulation in the patient lab. Like this last one, we had this one dummy, and not a dummy, I shouldn't call them that. They're supposed to be real. But anyways, we went in there and we did like the simulation where we were giving this person, you know, cardiovascular drugs. They went into ventricular tachycardia, as a matter of fact, and then we had to figure out what drugs were to use to go ahead and resuscitate them. I couldn't really get footage of that because I'm not particularly sure if people are comfortable with me recording them doing that. But yeah, you just get like little things every once in a while that are new. But besides that, it's pretty much the same exact things. We have like a case of the week every once in a while that we get together with our teams to go and do something. Maybe every once in a while, like I said, a simulation lab. And then ACS is starting up again, so hopefully I can get a little bit more footage of that. Since I didn't this time around, I apologize for that. But yeah, not a lot of new stuff. It really is just kind of the same exact thing. Looking at pathoma, looking at first aid, looking at boards and beyond, and then knowing exactly what you have to do in order to pass the test and ultimately pass the step exam. One other thing I want to add before I sign off is I am noticing exactly what I had predicted. So it's what I was saying was, that within the second year, because we're so buried in textbooks, you kind of forget what it means to be a doctor, in the sense that you really are losing touch with the patient. And the reason I say that is because everything, when you think about real life interactions with a patient or somebody else, it's like they're not just a textbook itself. And I could see, I mean, how easy it is to kind of fall into that pit trap a little bit, because, you know, there are certain, it's a stressful exam. Yes, we know how to study for it, but there's just a plethora of information that you have to recognize, that you have to know, and then immediately make a diagnosis based off of that. And because you're seeing so much of these textbook diagnoses and diseases and stuff, you start to build this picture in your mind of like your typical patient, and then you kind of, in the background, take that picture and then portray it onto another person very unconsciously. And it's not on purpose, it's not because we're treating people as if they're textbooks and stuff, but it really is just because you're being bombarded with so much information that you forget that even though you're studying these textbooks, this is for a real person. A real person had this diagnosis. I kind of have to remind myself every once in a while that, you know, this textbook that I'm looking at isn't just just a textbook, if you may. This is going to be for a real patient in the future that I will be serving. So I don't know if I explained that very well. I don't think I did. It was kind of weird, but maybe I'll come up with better words. It's kind of cool right now. That's all I can really think of, guys. I don't think there's too much going on after that. So I'm going to be flying back home to Vegas to go visit some family, go visit some friends. I'll be doing that, taking some time off, maybe work on some more YouTube stuff, and then, yeah, I will catch up on some other stuff, because I definitely am falling behind on quite a lot of stuff. There's a lot of studying going on. That's going to wrap it up, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this particular month with the cardiovascular block 1 exam. You'll be catching me next time with pulmonary and renal, I believe, and that is going to be the month of December. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like the content of this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If there's anything I can do to improve, go ahead and give it a thumbs down maybe, but leave your comments, leave your feedback, if you may, to go ahead and help me improve upon this. Have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, have a wonderful month, whatever it is you may be up to. And don't forget, creer en amor.
They want to hear the Thanksgiving song. All right. This is a Thanksgiving song. I hope you enjoy it.
What are you thankful for? I don't want to repeat what you said.
She said family.
Natalie, what did you say you're thankful for?
And my family.
Outstanding little.
Somebody's gonna drink for me.
This year, I've had a lot of changes, and I'm thankful to have the opportunity to grow for them, good or bad.
You know, Natalie, I am thankful. Okay. So yes, okay, I'm thankful.
Almost.
I'm thankful that I'm in medical school and that I have support from friends and family, and for the Betty Ford opportunity I had to like actually talk to you guys and be willing to cry to you guys.
Outstanding.
I should say something more positive. I'm thankful for. I'm always thankful for your guys' support. Honestly, you guys like keep giving me financial and also like love.
I am
I'm really
thankful,
tired, guys.
first of all, for my family, for our health, for our friends, for my dad, especially, and that's it.
All right, I got some positive stuff to go through. I'm very happy that I believe that we went a whole year without anybody passing away. And for me, that is a total blessing, and I'm screaming thanking God for that. Secondly, of course, my family, my children. Just when I thought you all left, you came back.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
No.
Also, I'm glad I'm able to go ahead and continuously provide for this family in the manner that I've been able to provide for you guys. Love you, everybody.
Thanks, Dad.
Sorry. You guys, if you know my story, you know I come from nothing. And I keep thinking about it. And this one over here saw me in one of my weakest moments. I think before I was pulling this out. I go through these moments. That's because someday if you ever record this and stuff, remember, I loved you all from the moment I laid eyes on you guys. Drive on.
Try to follow that, Tyler.
All right, no pressure, man. Go ahead. Yeah.
Had some blessings come into my life that saved my life out here in Vegas, and you know, led to meet Mark and Norma, and they just treated me like a son from day one. And yeah, I'm just grateful to be here and be 6 feet above ground and have a full belly full of food.
I'm thankful for gifted talent I've been sent by God, by sports and other things, and I'm thankful for that.
I'm thankful first and foremost for my kids and their health. Thankful for my family and all the support that I've gotten from you guys in the last year and a half since everything's happened. I'm thankful for my one and only sister who drives me nuts, but she's my best friend in the world. That's right. I'm thankful for my mom and my dad. Most importantly, they just keep me moving.
Outstanding.
All right.
Yeah. Huh?
This video has been brought to you.
I don't
by
know.
Fanta.
You know where everything is.
Gobble, gobble, goo, and gobble, gobble, giggle. I wish turkey only cost a nickel.
All of us are very, very grateful and thankful for the meal we're about to receive. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Woo, let's eat.
Let's eat.
Oh, I love turkey on Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Oh, thank you.